Good day, miscreants in matters of mud. I'm Unsilent, and we're on the air with more Star Trek 25th Anniversary. When we last left you, we had run into our old friend Harcourt Fenton Mudd. In this episode, we continue our adventure through this old derelict ship that Harry seems to have found himself on. The Enterprise is out of communications range, perhaps running into more trouble with the Elasi pirates. And we're on a ship, and we have no idea what's on here. Harry's stealing a bunch of salvage and getting himself in trouble with the Elasi pirates. So par for the course for Harry. And, well, we're a little missing direction in this mission of the game. That's my big problem so far through one episode. It's like, okay, we had that stupidly long fight with the Elasi pirates. I'll flash the time on the screen again if you want to see how long it actually took me in real time. And then we showed up, and then we're just talking with Harry Mudd, and now we're wandering a ship trying to figure out what the hell's going on. And this was, in the last episode, we had gone onto the bridge of the Elasi ship, and I thought I was going back towards the, I guess, the medical bay, and ended up in here instead. So, yeah, that's the thing. I don't know. This is the same. Now, this thing, we picked up a smaller version of this ball in the last episode.
The sphere in the middle of this console appears to be some sort of control mechanism.
Okay, what else do we have in here?
The data view screen is operational. The information selectors are controlled from the console platform.
So can we use that? And here's another one of those balls in midair. Here's some smashed debris on the ground. Here's Lieutenant Buchert.
Lieutenant Buchert seems to have limitless energy. It makes you feel old just watching him.
Haven't they done that, mentioned that sort of stuff a few times in Star Trek?
This is a major archaeological find, Captain. I believe the galaxy may actually have cause to thank Harry Mudd.
You can't be serious, Spock.
It would be nice to think that after all the stunts that Harry has pulled, that he would do something right for a change.
Does anyone actually believe that, though?
This equipment's way out of my league, Jim.
Thanks, Bones.
Captain, does this mean that I'm a part of a major archaeological discovery?
You better believe it, Lieutenant.
I don't see why you're complaining about this Mudd guy. Who knows what advances we could get from all this knowledge?
Stick around a little bit, kid. You'll figure it out.
This technology is unbelievable, Mr. Spock. I've never seen anything like it.
It is indeed impressive, Captain. If I were capable of emotion, I would be in awe of this place.
If you're incapable of emotion, how do you know what awe is, Spock?
Oh, these two. All right, Spock, can you scan the...
To report, Captain.
Okay, Spock, can you use the giant ball in the middle of the... No, Spock, use the ball in the middle of the screen.
This seems to activate the ship's computer bank control node. Given the alien's predilection for multiples of 3, it may be possible to use our tricorders to decipher the information carried in these data banks.
That would be quite a find, Jim. This is an alien race unknown to us, and they are certain to have knowledge new to us.
Were the universal translator available, this would be simple.
With the Enterprise out of range, that's not an option, Mr. Spock. What else can you do?
I believe if Dr. McCoy and I conjoin our 2 tricorders, we may be able to process enough sample data to get a basic understanding of the alien's computer system. This will completely tie up both our tricorders for an extended amount of time, however.
Well, can we just...
Both our tricorders are now working on basic processing of the alien's computer data system. The tricorders are not the equal of the universal translator, but we should be able to retrieve basic information and get an insight into their culture and life systems. I don't believe we could have gotten even this far had we not deduced their fixation on base 6 mathematics and aesthetics.
Well, that's good.
The tricorders are again available for general use. The alien ship's computer data is now accessible from the ship's library. I believe I have downloaded enough information to our tricorders to enable operation of most of the ship's controls, Captain.
Very good. We can go back to the bridge, but... What was, like, this thing looks like that, right? We picked this up in the first episode, if you were around for that. So, what does this do again?
Dodecagons as long as one's hand. Highly reflective. shimmering with the prismatic rainbow look of oil on water.
I was hoping to get the original description of that because I wanted to say it had some funky description.
You download major portions of the alien library onto the yellow spheroid.
Okay, that was the one that was the I called it the USB thumbstick of the aliens. There's a door there that we came in from the bridge. There's a door there. Let's go through this door. Oh! And that brings us back here. Okay, that's interesting. And that's... Oh, Harry, now what are you up to? I like the music, though.
Why, Captain!
Jim, that doesn't look good at all. Harry, let me take a look at you and check whether that had some deleterious effect.
His head's spinning, of course it is.
You little grey men from inside the hollow earth. You want to experiment on my body parts. Stay away from me!
Deleterious effects. I guess I don't even need my tricorder to know that.
You'll mind control me, kidnap my children, dissect my dog.
If we can get him on one of the beds and get it active, I think he can be cured. Otherwise, he's likely to become increasingly violent.
Stay away from me!
Jesus. If this was actual Star Trek, I would have, like, Spock go and, like, hit him with the Vulcan nerf pinch. But I'm not sure if that's actually going to... hit him with a Vulcan nerf pinch. I can't believe... Well,
All yours now, Dr. McCoy.
Well, I guess it's a Star Trek game.
There's nothing there requiring a ship's doctor. There's nothing there
Okay.
requiring a ship's doctor.
Well, yes, because we already established. Can we medkit him?
The volatile chemicals have evaporated over the time the derelict hung in space. I need to refill the capsule dispenser for the bed to activate and effect a cure on our friend Harry here.
Okay, so we better hurry then. No, all right. So Bones,
Why would you want to do that? Listen,
Bones, can you use this?
I see nothing there. It would be interesting to analyze them back aboard the Enterprise, but these are probably vaccines, medicines, and research.
Do they pose any threat to us, Doctor?
None seems likely to have any effect on human or Vulcan physiology. To be on the safe side, though, I wouldn't recommend taking a snootful from one of the capsules.
Well, it's clearly not doing much.
I see nothing there calling for a ship's doctor. I certainly see
Well, how do you
calling. I certainly see nothing. I certainly see nothing there calling for a ship's doctor. I certainly see.
Okay,
nothing
I get the
calling
point.
for a ship's doctor.
Spock, can you use?
I fail to see the lot. I fail to see.
Can we use the miracle degrimer on the spill?
Dust and grease lifts off.
Can we grab something out of here? Oh, wait, that's going to do something. That's just going to grab one of the capsules, but Bone seems to have it under control. Here I am trying to get... Well, okay, then, Bones, use this thing on Harry.
Nothing happens.
Use it on the
Nothing
bed.
happens.
Use it on the console.
The capsules slide into the machinery on the bed exactly as they're designed to. I'm telling the program, our physiology is not the same as the aliens' physiology. Don't want it to try to cure us of being human.
Well,
Would be too much to hope for, would it not, Doctor?
Particularly when we're talking about Harry Mudd.
I was going to say, we are talking about Harry, so... Man, this is like a really weird, like, push a bunch of buttons and hope for the best type of exercise here, trying to save Harry.
You should start to feel better in a few minutes. Just lie there quietly until you feel like moving.
Oh, give me something for this headache, Doc. A herd of Amari tree elephants landed behind my eyeballs and did a mating dance.
So, Bones...
Are you religious?
I can't think of anything.
That we've already done that, so... I think Harry, despite the fact his eyeballs have fallen out, I think Harry might actually be okay now.
There's nothing there.
No, that's the way out? Yeah. So, unless we want to have a chat with our good friend Harry here. No, I think Jim's locked into a walking animation. It's going to send him out the door. I was going to have a chat with our friend Harry, but let's go and see if our friend Harry's... No, our friend Harry is cured. Alright, well, I guess let's go take out the bridge. No, okay. So, Spock, now that we've figured out how to understand the aliens, can we actually... Oh,
This is the
look, take a seat.
station. With the limited understanding we now have of the library computer data, these controls can now be activated. Available are sensors,
Okay.
navigation,
Alright.
engineering. Done. Sensors.
Let's start with sensors.
The Enterprise is in combat with a number of Elasi pirate ships half a parsec toward the neutron star sector. I read debris identifiable with the pirates, but they continue to harass the Enterprise. Sensors.
Alright.
Navigation.
Yeah, navigation.
The computer reports this ship is incapable of navigating anywhere at all without major repairs. We are definitely dead in space until the Enterprise returns, Captain. Sensors. Navigation. Engineering. The engine pods are damaged but still generating power, Captain. Sensors.
Well, can we, like, fire a weapon in the general direction of the Elasi there, or...? I guess not. Alright, let's use this console. What's the secondary console? Oh, no, that's...
This is the secondary station. Sensors.
No, I wanted to go to this one. I guess maybe I have to click that one? Jim, can you use it instead?
Thanks to the library computer data, limited though it is, these primary controls give me access to...
Communications. View screen.
Done.
Communications. View screen.
Let's try the view screen. Ooh, pretty.
I guess the universe looks about like it did the last time we saw it. Communications.
Oh, well, that's underwhelming.
Scotty, report.
The Elasi pirates have been driven off, Captain. We have damage and injuries among the crew. We just arrived back here a few minutes ago, and we've been trying to raise you on the communicators.
The local star seems to be acting up. Will there be a problem with the transporter? I want you to beam up the landing party, and I also want you to lock onto and beam aboard an alien mechanism we came across.
We can do it, Captain, no problem. At least right now, but the situation is only going to get worse. Are you ready to beam over now?
No, we want to look around some more. We'll call you on this channel when we're ready. Yes, bring us home, Mr. Scott. No, I need to have a word with Harry Mudd before we go.
Well, that, but I want to look around a little more, see if I can't find out a little more. Because I kind of get the feeling...
Why, Captain, I see you got this machine to work. I tried to get it up and running for the longest time.
That was the feeling I had.
Knowledge is for everyone. Get away from that this instant, Harry, or I'll shoot you where you stand. Help yourself, Harry. Knowledge is for everyone.
They're both very Captain Kirk answers. Don't get me wrong. I could see the actual show having Kirk give either answer, to be honest.
Get away from that this instant, Harry, or I'll shoot you where you stand.
It's both perfectly right,
Help
but...
yourself, Harry. Knowledge is for everyone.
Let's try this one first.
Why, Kirk, I didn't think you had it in you.
Kirk. Fred Kirk. Oh, Harry's too busy to talk.
Captain, I think I understand why you dislike this Mudd guy so much.
Well, you finally come around, Lieutenant. Spock?
Captain, it was not logical to allow Harry Mudd to get within 100 meters of this room.
Mudd, if I were to perform an autopsy on you right now, I might be able to find a cure for stupidity.
No, you aren't. I mean, Kirk!
Harry, look what you've done.
Spock, can you use...
I failed to see the logic in that action, Captain.
Can I use the
There's
dealing...
nothing at the moment for me.
Okay, fine. Alright, Harry, be on your best behavior. Yeah, that's not happening. At least Harry hasn't found the weapons room yet. Although Harry's generally more of a con artist than he is a, than a violent person.
Kirk, my friend, when have I ever given you the slightest bit of trouble?
There was the time that you tried to commandeer the Enterprise to sell Wive to miners. And then there was the time you stole the Enterprise to exchange us for androids, who were holding you prisoner.
Perhaps there have been a few minor misunderstandings.
Don't push your luck, Harry.
Given the past record of Harry Mudd, Captain, I strongly recommend that you do not trust him.
Mr. Spock, whatever gave you that impression? I thought Vulcans were supposed to be logical.
I am. Your record is that of a greedy, amoral, sociopathic fraud who preys upon human emotion, most notably gullibility.
For once, Spock, I couldn't have said it better myself.
Why, I've never been so insulted in all my life.
Well, that's about par for the course when you're dealing with Harry Mudd now, isn't it?
Jim, you can't seriously be thinking of helping Mudd after all he's done.
Bones, Federation law is clear on this. Federation law protects everyone, even Harry Mudd.
Yeah, and we all know how devoted I am to Federation law.
About as much as the Klingons are devoted to pacifism.
Bones hit the nail on the head right there.
So, you say you know how to break the gambling machines on Kurlon 4?
It's a system that cost a gambler his life, boy. He crawled up to me and whispered it with his dying breath. And it can be yours for a mere 200 credits.
Sorry, Mr. Mudd. My mother didn't raise any fools in her family.
Starfleet, you're all the same. No sense of adventure.
So Lieutenant Buchert seems to think that Harry Mudd has a way to crack the gambling machines, and when he finds out that Harry claims to have a method to crack the gambling machines on Kurlon 4 or whatever the hell it was, that all of a sudden, oh, he's a flim-flam man, now you can't trust him. So, alright, so I think, have we been through the whole ship? I mean, unless there's something at the bottom of the screen maybe, but there were 6 components, and we saw the bridge and the computer, that computer core, and the med bay and the weapons room and this. So I think we're short a room. So I think there has to be something down here, right? And it looks like Kirk's heading towards it, so I think there is something down here.
You look but see nothing.
Oh, what's this?
Tall, transparent columns run through the ceiling. Energy crackles in between the dodecahedrons inside them.
So it's like an engine room or something?
A large claw-like device hangs from the ceiling.
I think they have claws damn near every room in here.
This door leads back to the main cargo bay.
What's this thing?
A Save-A-Ship emergency life support generator, generally used for temporary life support during evacuation of small damaged ships.
Evidently, Mr. Mudd was unwilling to pay the price for a reliable salvage marvel.
Of course not. Why would he?
A salvage lock hatch, a common type used to link a derelict to the ship doing the salvaging.
It appears that Harry Mudd managed to emplace this access hatch without significantly damaging the alien ship.
Will wonders never cease?
Aren't these guys a wonderful bunch?
Spock continues to examine the equipment with a scientist's eye. James T. Kirk, exploring the unknown is one of the few pleasures that the burden of command allows him.
The unknown is what will Harry Mudd be up to next.
McCoy glances back and forth looking for a sign of Harry Mudd. Lieutenant Buchert watches and says nothing. He's the strong, silent type.
Unlike humans, I do not decrease my efficiency with meaningless dialogue.
Spock, meaningless conversation is one of life's great pleasures.
I'm waiting for a Harry Mudd comment there, but...
Just think of it, Spock. An advanced civilization with powerful technology and nearly unlimited knowledge, and yet all of that didn't save them.
It is a sobering thought, Captain.
Speaking of Harcourt Fenton Mudd, I did look up into it, and the reason why you never really saw his face clearly on the view screen in the last episode is because of a Paramount policy saying that they needed the written permission from the actors in order to use their likenesses in things like video games. But Roger Carmel died like 3 or 4 years before this game was made and published. So they couldn't get his permission, and they couldn't come up with a solution with Paramount's lawyers. Like, they couldn't go to his estate or anything. So what they ended up doing was just obscuring it. I mean, it's clearly like Roger Carmel underneath it, but they couldn't like clearly show that it was in the view screen in the last episode. A man by the name of Tom Weiner actually plays Harry in this. He's the voice of Harry Mudd in here.
Well, Jim, as long as we don't strangle Harry Mudd, I can't see very much for me to do on this mission.
Let's hope there isn't too much for you to do back at the Enterprise.
Well, you did manage to save him once on this mission, Bones.
We get no response.
Oh, did I talk to the floor, not Buchert?
When we get back to the Enterprise, you're gonna have to tell me everything you know about this Mudd guy. No, sir.
You know, Lieutenant, they say if you can't say anything good about a person, you shouldn't say anything at all. In that case, I've got a lot I shouldn't say about Harry Mudd.
They've given Bones a lot of good lines in this episode, you have to admit.
This Save-A-Ship life support generator has seen a great deal of use. It was never a reliable model, being prone to break down without warning. It is, however, properly connected, with warning alarms for temperature, atmosphere, and radiation.
Small miracles, right, Mr. Spock? Can we go into here? No, can we?
There's nothing at the moment for me to do there.
Oh, well.
Kirk, my friend!
There was the...
Perhaps the...
Okay, I guess that's gonna... That everything we have to do in this episode, then. Yeah, I think we've been through everything a few times, so... I'm not sure if there's... I mean, the only thing we have... Oh, there's no Harry here. Spock, can you use this now?
Databanks erased.
It appears our good friend, Harry Mudd, has crashed the main computers. I doubt if it was a very easy thing to manage.
Spock, we're talking about Harry Mudd. He was probably trying to download it so he could sell it to the highest bidder.
And instead, he wiped the memory. That knowledge was priceless.
At least our life support system isn't dependent on the alien computer.
I believe, Captain, that the basic functions of the ship remain even now. This is the library module. The art, history, and cultural memory of the aliens are gone, but the mechanical necessities of sickbay, engineering, and sensors continue to work.
But their essence, their souls, are gone, Spock.
Illogical, Captain. This race has been extinct for millennia.
Well, great. Let Harry touch something and he absolutely breaks it. Harry, we must have a chat.
Kirk, my...
Oh, we can't even change dialogue options after finding that out? Like, if we go down to the bottom here, does anything, like... he makes an appearance everywhere at some point, right? So... And here's Harry's appearance here.
Captain, you wouldn't have seen my multi-purpose duver anywhere? I need to, fix something.
No, Harry, but I figure it's probably where you'll find your lost marbles. Yes, I've got it, but you can't have it. No, Harry, but I figure it's probably where you'll find your lost marbles.
Well, we could just lie to him, but...
You really can be a headache, Captain. Maybe I could find a spare somewhere else. Goodbye.
Well, what's there to fix? Oh, crap. Spock, what's going on?
Support generator is malfunctioning. Repairs must be made soon, or the atmosphere will fall below the level required to sustain us, Captain.
Ah, very good. This is the Duver, right? Duver up.
That was a close one. Too close. If I ever get my hands on that no-good Mudd,
I would not suggest we take the time to seek him. This emergency could occur again. I would suggest we hasten our departure.
Now what do you have to say for yourself, Harry?
Was there a problem?
Mudd, I ought to...
Sorry, no time to chat. I'm a busy man, you know.
I'm going back to hide in there, Harry. Great. I was going to say, I think Harry showed up in just about every room in the ship now, except for the bridge. So I assume Harry's locked himself on his own ship, but yet still manages to be here. But that's the thing. Harry seems to magically appear no matter what you think you're doing. Just there, sudden mud. Always knee-deep in mud. Which was also the name of an episode of Star Trek The Original Series that was planned for Season 3 and was cancelled because Roger Carmel was actually filming a movie, so he couldn't actually do anything for any filming for Star Trek that season. Any last words, gentlemen?
This may have been their bridge, but this sure doesn't look like the Enterprise.
Astute, son.
Boldly go where no man has gone before. We are here, Jim.
Dealing with Harry Mudd.
We have done quite well so far, Captain.
In spite of Harry Mudd.
Speak of the devil. Where is that little angel?
Oh, don't... don't try that one, Bones, because the last thing we need is someone to summon Harcourt Fenton Mudd here. So I suppose we can...
Thanks to the library
Communications.
All right.
New developments, Mr. Scott?
The neutron star is causing more and more problems, Captain. I would recommend beaming over at your earliest possible convenience.
Later, Mr. Scott. Very well, bring us home, Mr. Scott. No, I need to have a word with Harry Mudd before we...
I'd like to have a word with Harry, so... it does summon Harry, so now we've gotten him in every room.
I was hoping to see you. I'm leaving soon and wanted to say thanks for the escort. Ta-ta! And I hope we never have to cross paths again, Captain.
Don't rush off, Harry. There's still a few things we need to discuss. In such a hurry? And Stella said she was dropping everything to meet you here. Don't rush off, Harry. There's still a few things we need to discuss. In such a hurry? And Stella...
Well, I like number 2.
Meet you here.
You're kidding. Are you kidding, Captain?
Just like you were kidding about this ship registered as a worthless derelict. You're going to change that, aren't you? Matter of fact, I think it would be just the thing for you to turn it over lock, stock, and barrel to the Notorious University.
What? Where's the profit in that, Captain?
Did you know Stella's still looking for you? What's it worth to you for me not to tell her where to find you, Harry?
Consider it done. You have my word, Captain. Now I'm going to pick up just a few things, insignificant things, really. Then I'll be gone. Farewell, Captain. May your path be always trouble-free until we meet again.
When we meet, Harry, it always means trouble.
That it does, Jim. That it does. Another successful mission aboard the Starship Enterprise.
We have read your report on the problems at Harapan and evaluate your performance at 74%. You and your crew received 2 commendation points. Well done, Captain. Keep up the good work.
I'll kiss my ass.
Alien contraption to the torpedo system. It should boost the ship's firepower, Captain.
Thank you, Mr. Scott. I only wish you could wire Harry Mudd to a photon torpedo.
While you were away, Captain, I made some travel arrangements that I thought you would approve of.
Oh, really?
Arrangements?
I think you'll be happy to know that I've arranged for Stella Mudd to meet her long-lost husband on Starbase 7, sir.
Approved, Lieutenant. Take us out of here, Mr. Sulu.
Oh, Harry, he's in for an earful. And that will do it for another episode of Star Trek 25th Anniversary. Somehow, someway, we survived Harcourt Fenton Mudd. That's probably a bigger task than anybody had anticipated it would be, seeing as Harry's only managed to, destroy the records of an alien civilization and nearly kill us along with it, and himself, in typical Harry Mudd fashion. But that's all we have time for in this episode of Star Trek 25th Anniversary. We'll be back next week with more. But until then, I'm Unsilent. Thanks very much for joining me. Like the video if you liked it. Subscribe if you're new or you want to see more Star Trek. Share the video on social media. Follow me on social media. The social media handle is Unsilent On Air, and that's on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and Tumblr. And until the next time, I'm Unsilent. Thanks very much for joining me. Like, share, subscribe, and live long and prosper.